Metamorphosis.
A collection of poems by Mackenzie Krestul
And Harrison Campbell. Postcards to My Grandpa's Ghost by Mackenzie Krestul. 1. Here is the first time I remember you. Computer whirring, keyboard clacking, automated shuffling blowing air in my ears as spiders scurry across the screen. It takes me years to understand that solitaire comes from solitary. 2. A cruise for your anniversary. A red-coated waiter suspends a napkin behind which you kiss. Grandma smiles. 3. Sick means something new that neither I nor you understand. ICU beds, messes of tubes, ventilators you refuse, a monster on your face, tentacles twine around your throat, whining, beeping. 4. Dissenters, calamity criers call injustice, close their eyes, open their mouths, amplifiers for poison dribbled in their ears. 5. Vultures at the helm prey on the dying. We pray to the dying, pray for the dying. We are finding, fighting, foregoing, forgetting God and his cronies. 6. You're so lucky. Grandma's sick too. She's so lucky. She can be in the hospital with you. A hand withered, trembling, clutching a hand, cold, clammy, corpse-like. There is a long, piercing drone. 7. Resignation and regret are companions in my chest. Your heartbeat stutters on, and I hide my hopelessness behind slogans and solitude. 8. I say goodbye to you through a tin can. You shake your head against our attempts to revive you. It rattles. The monster on your face shudders, mules against our I love yous, which stutter down a fraying string. 9. Your house, the summer after. Fireflies lure me along, weaving in and out of this world and the next. The air is thick, heady. Magic sparks. A ghost in the liquor cabinet. I keep Grandma company. 10. The boys in the market, devil faces out, maws gaping, reeking teeth gnashing, spitting acid. 11. I write your obituary. 12. Infections, 396 million. Deaths, 5.74 million. 13. What's it like? Is it golden dipped, dripping in sugar? Is it quiet? Can you hear a chorus? Is it pastel or vibrant or black or barren? Are you happy? Will you write soon?
Penmanship, or I Need to Write More, by Harrison Campbell. I got in trouble in 3rd grade because I couldn't write my S's in cursive. My teacher always said they looked more like ampersands. They'd repeat the same swirling motion again and again, making hieroglyphs on a whiteboard that were an impossibility for me. After so many mistakes, they would always say, "What is difficult about this? It's there. You can see what must be done. Why won't you just do it? Like I was some dog being taught a party trick." Perhaps if I rolled over and begged, they'd take all the pens away and give me a box of crayons to play with instead. This was years ago. I'm 21 now. I still can't chicken scratch a cursive letter S to save my life. Turns out life doesn't depend on your ability to make shorthand scribblings or pencil in perfect lines of symbolic text marching one by one to the margins. Rather, it's about owning the page. Putting pen on paper to spite the letters that look like ampersands. They'll be better off as words anyways. To create, freely and fully unregarded by the opinions of third-grade teachers and close family friends and general audiences. What is difficult about this? It's there. You can see what must be done. Why won't you just do it?
The Man Who Was Not Himself, by Harrison Campbell. From bottom to top, I bisect my form as the words from a page split my figure in twain. The hardy scalpel incises upon the soul, bears the image of one against itself. In this reflection, I am unseen. Instead, I watch glimpses of my childhood play out in reverse through light refractions on liquid-set crystal. They come to me in the form of faded photographs and clips of dialogue between pairs of strangers. If I pluck one from the mix and put it up on display, I can see the skeleton of my thoughts shape the body of my anxiety. I create a studio out of these four walls of thought. I place metaphoric canvases on an easel built from self-pity. I paint no subject to admire, no self-portrait with which to define these qualities of a stranger's body. My brush strokes produce a painting imperfect. A boy flies with the wings of a bird. Man and woman beget child and children. Trees bend to catch the boy as he now falls to the ground. I reproduce the question directly on the canvas. Who am I? Who am I that know not this face or this name, not given to me but passed on? Who am I that lives in the worlds of everything else, who must be found elsewhere to be brought back here? Who am I that sees not themselves on the other side of the mirror, who fears what stares back?
Modeling. A response to Lawrence Ferlinghetti's London Crossfigured, by Mackenzie Krestul. I laid a map of London over my skin. Cross-figured tram lines guide my creeping inside myself, crawling through this strange, foreign, familiar body. I rest inside this amalgamation of things, this jumble of juniper and discarded words that lay clustered at your feet, and the typewriter of my tongue clicks out a new summation of this and that until the sun sets and the words tumble again to the floor, and they sound like the click of my heels on the linoleum, the drum of my boots on the stage, my bare feet in the grass. I do not understand. I want to unmake and remake myself in my image, but different somehow, without the quality of her, where my long hair is a crown, not a coffin of she's, and my curves are hollowed ground, not a quickening of girl, and when my clothes fall and fold into each other. There will be a body that I am not afraid of. I will let the artists paint it. When it hangs in the gallery, it will be titled, "This is." Not, "This is her." This is. It will be myself, my silhouette, and my long hair. But for now, I will sleep in my clothes. I will build a body around me that will scream, "Here I am," so loudly. It will be a shield against anyone who would touch me, and they will never know there is nothing underneath.
The Machinal, or The Actor Playing Hamlet, by Harrison Campbell. My thoughts are lesions in my brain. My brain is a scar. I want to be a machine. Arms for grabbing, legs to walk on. No pain, no thoughts. Heiner Mueller, Hamlet Machine. 1. Machine. I am Hamlet. To you my drama's for. Read upon my struggles here, and know I died to have my story told. Curtain rise, backdrop of new sorrow behind facade of old king's funeral, new king's anointment, brotherly love, sibling rivalry, burying the hatchet in my father's skull. He's a phantom now, formless, the shape I desire, no arms to grab, no legs to walk. I envy the occupied gravesite in the courtyard where he speaks to me at night. Hamlet must not hesitate. Hamlet must avenge. Hamlet, don't deliberate. Hamlet, seek revenge. But Hamlet doesn't want these things. No, Hamlet wants to be. A being without being. Someone just like me. 2. Man. I am not Hamlet. No father to mourn, no uncle to usurp, no mother to scorn. Hang up my costumes, take off the makeup. The actor playing Hamlet, the jester on the cards. Dress me up in your bastard's clothes, put me up in the whorehouse. Sell my name for copper scrap and buy a new one yet again. Call me the Machinal, the man-made machine, machine made of man, built to be anything but. Erase every photo of who I am, it is not me. Strip every piece of clothing, it is not me. 3. No man. I am Hamlet, once alive, a play within a play. This drama of mine, obscured and dumbed down by the faces of men, not my face. I am no man. I am a puzzle of flesh, unsolved by the masters of the form. A drama without action begging, bury the axe in my skull like my father's brother did to him. I want to know the shape of love. I want to breathe the dust of the clouds. I want to pierce the sky above and sing the world aloud. 4. Congruence. I am not Hamlet. The proof is in the practice. Shatter my bones to collect marrow within, find it is not mine. Untie my vascular knot. Loosen the wires in my brain, it is not mine. Feed the source of hunger, clean what mess is made, it is not mine. This body, these bones fit for a soul, not artificialized conscious, it is not mine. Product of philosophy. I lose sleep, thinking eternally, the portrait of God creating Adam, man creating machine, creating me. Why is it this world, the one I must inhabit? 5. Final. I am not Hamlet, nor could I ever be. I was not crowned deceased king's son in the rotten annals of Denmark. This drama's not mine. I don't want to kill. I don't want to die. I want to be unbound. Bore my legs from my body. Take my arms from the socket. There is no use for them in the world I desire. For now, I shall be this flesh automaton, and filter and fiber the air around me. Wink and waddle and spit like my fathers did before me. Weep and worry and sit like my fathers did before me. Kill my brother, kill my lover, kill my uncle, kill my mother, like my fathers did before me. 6. Addendum. Hamlet is not Hamlet. Hamlet's a machine. Hamlet needs no body. Hamlet's a machine. Hamlet feels no pain. Hamlet's a machine. Cold engine, piston made of words, gearbox of soliloquy, gasoline for thoughts. Why can Hamlet not be Hamlet? And I myself must be me.
Riverstone, or The Desires of an Anorexic Teenager Searching for God, by Mackenzie Krestul. When I look in the mirror, there stares back at me a legion of misshapes, of wrong angles and wretchedness. When I try to invoke God into my image, I hear a litany of voices cry out, "He is not for you." So instead, I step out into the rippling puddle of day. I search the long hours for a thumbprint or signature or made-in sticker. I slip time into my pocket and trade sleep for an altar of darkness where I will pray to you. My devotions will echo through my fingertips and stomach pains. There is no time to slip rose petals under my tongue. Let me fill my mouth with holy things. Life between my teeth feels like the scythe, but I do not want to vanish. I only ask that you do not leave me a chipped, cracked creature on the shore. Instead, let me be a riverstone. Throw me in the water and let the tides of the earth smooth my skin until every hand that touches me comes away soothed and unscathed. Until I fit perfectly in your palm.
Insomnia, by Mackenzie Krestul. 11:33 p.m. The first toss. I turn and the tidal wave cascades from my body and onto the floor, crashes against the wall and sends up a spray of dismal alertness. Perpetual exhaustion refuted, it pins my mind to the wall like a memory. 12:20 a.m. My hand fumbles over the nightstand, searching for the latest pharmaceutical solution that does not work, but the clatter of pills is soothing. I follow the blades of the ceiling fan with my eyes, certain I can slow its spin with focus. Instead, it becomes a portal for unpleasantry. Enter every mistake, terror, taunt, sick, slick with desire, slipping into my bed to feed on my body, flavor perfected by restlessness. 1:07 a.m. I am electricity. Words tumble from my fingertips like laughter, violating every quiet space, pages filled with frenzied scrawling, senseless, unsettled brilliance. 1:17 a.m. The laughter is choked. Crumpled pages litter the floor, leaking ink that crawls up the walls, falls sticky rain, coats me, seals my stinging eyes open. 2 a.m. Voices linger by my ears, whisper my name, mock my name, scream my name, mingle in cacophony with bells, crashes, thuds, holding me on the edge of oblivion. 3:19 a.m. I want to claw my way out of my skin. I want to claw my way out of my skin. I want to claw my way out of my skin. I want to claw my way out of my skin. 3:37 a.m. I decide I would rather feel nothing for eternity than continue to feel like this. 3:38 a.m. I forget how to write poetry. 4:02 a.m. Passing cars are night lights and lullabies. No one sings you to sleep after you turn 8. 7 was the year of lilac dreams. 19 the year of broken pens, words smeared together like new prophecies and old promises. 7 a.m. Did you get any sleep? A little.
Today, God, by Harrison Campbell. Today, God, I am a fish. I will mind my own business and craft nests out of bubbles undisturbed. Today, God, a man will pluck me from my aqueous tomb and purge me of my organs like he did my fish brothers, hook, line, and sinker. Today, God, as that man holds me by the tail and smiles at his prize, I will take my last breath not knowing what you meant by helping those who help themselves. Today, God, I am reborn a cricket. I will sing the song of arthritis, rubbing my wrists as they turn to fists to protest the sky. It's going to rain. Today, God, a young boy will learn the difference between gathering and letting go. A mother will understand grief as love everlasting, and I will still be a cricket, one misstep away from meeting you face to face. Today, God, angered men will misconstrue your teachings of love to learn the meaning of hate and wield your word disguised as power against all creation. Today, God, in the hopes of meeting you, I will ascend golden staircases. Hand in hand, my cricket brothers will sing my name as my soul leaves my crushed cricket corpse. Today, God, a crowd 10,000 strong, loyal to your name, will turn their heads in shame and submerge the bodies of your defilers in the lake to feed the fish within and call it justice. Today, God, a young boy afraid will ask, is heaven a myth? Is forever in memory? Is there a sky-bound moratorium where my brothers and I will lay on display, organs purged and shaped to pray? A lone cricket will answer for you. Today, God, I will live in spite of you. I will crush the crickets between my toes and flay every fish I can catch until you respond to my fists' protests and to the prayers of young dying boys. Today, God, I will go to sleep in a big wood box next to a pile of mud my brothers and I will inhabit. Over my head will be a stone in the shape of a cross with the words you told me to believe in etched in the front to mock the name above it. And my mother will cry and beg you for answers. As the crickets with their arthritis sing, the rainfall petrichor sweetens the gift of air.
Echoer, or She Became Themself, by Mackenzie Krestul. They, them. 1. The Voice. There was a girl in a meadow by a lake, whose name was no more than the fragments of words strewn at her feet by the passerby who said, "This is how you should be, should be, should be." Her voice was a partial parrot, a pirating of the next person who looked her way. Her thoughts were theirs, her ears were theirs, her mouth was theirs, her hands were theirs. She'd hold herself like them, or hunch if they asked her, or lay down if they asked her, or sink into the ground if they asked her, or sit on a pedestal if they asked her, and in the mirror there was a stranger, a Frankenstein abomination with the grimace of a past lover and the terror of her mother, and when she opened her mouth, her tongue twitched out echoes of the last thought pushed at her. She'd been silenced too many times to think on her own. Talk less, talk slower, condense, shut up. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? 2. The Echo. There is a boy by the lake, and she is in love with him, because he is beautiful, and she wants to be beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But he won't look away from himself, his reflection in the water, so she sculpts her face into a perfect match and dives down, 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 prepared to drown for the boy who only sees his surface. He dies in the mud, and she swims to the top and looks where he looked and sees neither him nor her nor anyone. She can't remember how to move or speak. She lays in the mud next to him and holds his hand for the first time. time. 3. The silence. They walk into the house from the howling cold and catch themselves in the mirror. Their hair billows in wind-swept waves about their face, long and unashamed. Their eyes are bright, earnest, eager. For a moment, they feel beautiful.
Metamorphosis by Harrison Campbell. Growing up, I always thought of myself as the black sheep in a family of rams, always obsessed with getting stuck up trees while they would climb mountains to be closer to the sun. When they stopped by rivers to drink from the stream, I would hide off in the tall grass where I knew they'd never be able to find me. When my brothers grew horns to spite my soft-headed nature, I befriended dandelions in their place, became acquainted with the tree spirits of my own invention. We would go on adventures to the cavernous recesses of the wild where there were no rams with their scepters of bone crowning their heads, just me, a black sheep separated from his flock. Growing up, I never believed there was anything wrong with me. I had become a stranger in my own household, yet I embraced it, accepted myself as this other, stripped away my identity to embody this entity of everything besides myself, this black sheep among a tribe of rams. Growing up, I never could have known I was not born a black sheep, for a sheep cannot sing. The sable-wooled beast born without voice, nor the half-horned ram, stubborn and strong. I shed these forms like old snakeskin and molted into the architect of melody and harmony. The talon-gripped pen responsible for the translation of this soul-gripped, truth-stained oration as I declare to those rams for the first and final time, I am no sheep. I am the songbird singing in the night, singing my song to the heavens from the treetops. I am the songbird, and I will be heard.